On his way here now. Just had to pick up his lawn dry. Whatever that may be. Strange fellow. Think he's from the north. Everything will be fine. As Mr. Foley-Williams used to say, always be prepared. I'll be the finest player in the sports team. I'll be the top of every single class. My scores will be the best on every single test, which I'll be sure to pass.
I'll be the finest fellow in the classroom, and everyone will want to be my friend. They'll say that fellow in the camp is such a spitting chap. On me you can depend. Working harder till the end.
So long, farewell, we hope to see you again until our education is instilled here at Huntley Hall. Ta-ta, goodbye, I'm sure the time will fly somebody. Try not to cry, for we will miss you all. For we will have a splendid gym and tea and drink some ginger beer here at Huntley Hall.
Penny! Susan!
Oh, hello there, Henry. Hello, Jane. How was your summer?
Oh, it was glorious, thank you.
Surely good to be back together again, though, isn't it?
You're right there, Jane, and not a moment too soon. We're back again to help all those in danger. It is our solemn duty once more
To keep eyes open wide for smugglers or spies,
For we're the fearless four.
we must protect our school and our country from mischief and skullduggery and all.
We're pupils who defend our peers till the end.
When we hear danger call,
We ensure the villains fall. We're the top of every class. It's shady stars which I forecast.
Now be sure to pass. So long, farewell. We won't see you again until our education is instilled here at Huntley Hall. Ta-ta, goodbye. I'm sure we're sure the time will fly. So mother dear, try not to cry, for we will miss you all. For we will have a splendid year with tea and cakes and ginger beer here at Huntley Hall. Here at Huntley Hall. Here at Huntley
Thank you all. Hello and welcome back to another magical year at Huntley Hall. For the benefit of our first students, let me introduce myself. My name is Mrs. Foley-Williams, and I'm headmistress here at Huntley Hall. I've been head now for about 20 years, ever since the sad demise of my late husband, Mr. Foley-Williams. And what a marvellous man he was. Now, I hear a lot of rumours have been flying around regarding Mr. Preston and Mr. Fergus, our English and chemistry teachers, and I must insist on putting a stop to this right now. Mr. Fergus was a valued and trusted member of staff. However, the Board of Trustees thought it was best to fire him. So let me introduce our new staff members, who I hope can keep on the right side of the law. Now, Miss Granger is our new chemistry teacher. Now, you won't let them burn the school down, will you, Miss Granger? As Mr. Foley-Williams always used to say, never burn the school down. It's a rule we've stuck to, and I, for one, 100%. Now, this is Miss Durnbridge. I'm sure you'll remember her, the games teacher. What have you got in store for our pupils this year, Miss Durnbridge?
Blood, sweat and tears, Miss Foley-Williams, and plenty of them.
Marvellous. Moving on. This is Mr. Wördsworth, our lovely new English teacher, who has moved here all the way from... where was it again?
Liverpool, home of the famous Liver building and the Scooses. You may notice I have the accent.
Yes, well, I'm sure we can work around that. And last by no means least, we have Miss Migginson, our infant teacher, who'll be singing various irrelevant songs with the younger children. Now, we have a new member of a little family to introduce, Arthur, if you'd like to stand up. Now, Arthur is new here at Huntley Hall and was moved down because he was viciously bullied at his last school. But as Mr. Foley-Williams always used to say, there's nothing funny about chronic dandruff. Isn't that right, Arthur? Yes. Now, it's all cleared up now, but they used to call him some horrible names like Snowy Shoulders, Dandy Ruff, Scratchy Jim, Larry the Itch, Fletcher, Pete. Oh, the list goes on. Oh, jolly good fun, but that won't be happening here. As Mr. Foley-Williams always used to say, never pick on the children with rich parents. You miss it. Now let's all join together and sing the school song, a rousing chorus meant to lift the human spirit, I dare say. As Mr. Foley-Williams always used to say, let's all sing the song. Mrs. Jowett, if you would.
Hallowed halls of Huntley Hall, of mortar, brick and stone, to us you are a shining star, a home away from home. And if the
I do say, new boy does look jolly lost. Maybe we should give him a hand.
Good thinking, Henry. Ahoy there!
Oh, come on now. Don't be so shy. We're all jolly friendly over here. My name's Henry.
Penny. Jane.
And Susan.
Oh, pleased to meet you. I'm Arthur. Oh, sorry to be such an awful drug, but I've no idea where I'm meant to go.
Don't you worry. We'll show you the ropes.
So, where'd your family come from, Arthur?
Oh, we live just outside London. Father was a top detective with the Metropolitan Police.
Sounds like you're just the kind of person we could do with in our band. Right, Penny?
Rather.
Band? What do you mean?
The four of us together. We're in a gang.
Solve mysteries and catch crooks.
I keep a watch for anything suspicious.
I look for clues.
I collect evidence.
And I'm the leader. Together, we are
The Fearless Four.
Well, I don't know about all this. It all sounds jolly dangerous.
Oh, come on, Arthur. Where's your fighting spirit? With you on the team, who's know what we could do?
There are times for us all when something comes along and you must answer the call.
There are times you must choose
To stand up to the challenge or refuse.
And if you shirk the challenge, you will lose. Are you brave? Are you strong? When others are defeated, will you carry on?
Are you quick?
Jolly smart.
With loyalty and cunning in your heart.
And join with our gang. Follow your dream. Together we can be an unstoppable team. The stories they'll tell when we arrive. The legend of the Fearless Five. The legend of the Fearless Five.
Stolen jewels, hidden gold.
There's vice, vindictive villainy for us to behold. Foil a plan, solve a mystery.
Then back again in time for tea.
Follow your heart, it's you that we choose. Join our little party, there's nothing to lose. Pick yourself up and feel alive. The legend of the Fearless Five. The legend of the Fearless Five. If we smell something fishy afoot, we never fail. Smugglers and villains and crooks will wind up in jail. If someone's in need, we attend, holding our nerve till the end.
If you're in a scrape,
Have no fear, the five of us will be right here. Join with our gang, follow your dream. Together we can be an unstoppable team. The stories they'll tell when we arrive. The legend of the Fearless Five. Yes, sir. The legend of the Fearless Five.
A little thing like that didn't stop me. Bounded up in your handkerchief and carried on through to the finish line. After all, you don't win a silver medal from whinging about a broken ankle, now do you?
Kids these days have no idea. I had one in my class take the day off because of a little chemical burn to the arm. What is this country coming to, I ask you? Isn't that right, Mr. Wordsworth?
Oh ja, Rule-Britannia, Wördsworth.
Biscuit, Mr. Wordsworth.
Ein Balsen, if you please. I mean, Gammy Georgia, Wördsworth.
You know, it's nice to have some new faces around here. I mean, we've had some pretty airy characters in the past. Ooh, the tales I could tell you.
Well, there'll be no funny business in my classroom, I'll tell you that right now. When I shout, those kids will stand to attention.
Oops. Force of habit. From when I was in the army. as the British Army in the war, which we won. Hooray!
Here we all are again. The start of a new town. A tea, please, Pamela. Now, yes, please. Thank you, Pamela.
Sugar.
Yeah, the usual. Thank you. Pamela, please. I'm trying to address my staff. Good. Now, I hope we're all ready for a new, exciting, and totally legitimate new town. We don't want a repeat of last year.
Oh, I'm Mr. Ferguson, Mr. Preston.
Oh, they're having a splendid time as far as I know. After they left the school, they got themselves a little bijou cottage on the Devonshire coast. Mr. Preston insisted on staying by Mr. Fergus's side and whisked him away, completely disregarding the summer exams. Oh, the Board of Trustees report. If they catch wind of anything like this happening again, they will close this place down, do you hear me? But I have been well informed we haven't made the same mistakes again. But I'll be keeping a close eye on you two this time.
Worry, headmistress, you've got nothing to worry about.
Yes, well, that's what they all say. Now run along. I do believe we have young minds to feed. Now then, Mr. Wördsworth, is something troubling you?
Oh, nothing. I'm just a little nervous. I've not in a few years English taught.
Don't need to worry about anything. You seem like a very young, fine man to me. A very fine young man.
Why, thank her. You are a very fine lady yourself.
Oh, stop it! You're making me blush, you naughty man!
Sorry, I do not mean to offend.
Don't worry your pretty little head, my dear. Now run along. You don't want to be late for class. Now. Ooh.
Hello there, chaps. Do you mind if I sit with you?
Of course not, you're part of the gang now.
Yes, we have to stick together. Keep our eyes out for anything suspicious.
Yes, what with all these new teachers about.
What happened to the old teachers?
Well, you see, they all just disappeared last year. It's all very strange.
And did you investigate?
Oh, well, we were busy at the time. Other cases and the like.
What are the cases?
Come to think of it, I can't recall.
My case.
Oh, yes. Susan's pencil case, which went missing.
Quite the case of the century.
Was that it?
Well,
There was more to it than that. We suspected foul play, didn't we, Penny?
We did indeed.
It vanished under very suspicious circumstances.
I thought your investigations were exciting.
Well,
Covert investigation is not all fun and games, Arthur. It takes patience and time.
And Mother would be jolly cross if we got into any trouble.
And we have to be careful because of Henry.
He's got a shadow on his lung.
Oh, right, I see.
All right, chaps. Hello there, buddy. You must be the new fella. Name's Fletcher. Pleased to meet you.
Arthur, pleased to meet you.
Up to your usual tricks again this year then, chap.
That is classified information, Fletcher.
Ah, yes, as always. If I was you, I'd keep my eye on that new English teacher. Seems a bit funny to me. Strange accent.
He's from the north, Fletcher. You of all people should recognise that.
All right, if you say so.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Miss Granger.
Where are your manners? You will stand when I enter the room. Stand up straight. I will not have slouching in this classroom. You may be seated. Now, as Mrs. Foley-Williams said, I am your new chemistry teacher, Miss Granger. As far as I can tell, your previous teacher left a lot to be desired, so we've got a lot to get through. I will not have time wasting in this classroom, is that understood? Well?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, Mum.
That's better.
Something very suspicious about her.
Perhaps we should keep an eye on her.
Good thinking, Arthur.
You shall learn about the elements of the periodic table, molecular structure, compound chemical reactions, and more. By the end of the year, you shall all be proficient chemists. Today, you should be learning about the crystalline structure of asbestos. Now, this is a relatively safe material, but always better to open a window before starting to grind it into a fine powder.
This woman sounds like she puts the boring boron.
Find something funny?
No, nothing, ma'am, of course not.
Good. If there's one thing I cannot stand in my classroom, it's fun. Fun that leads to disobedience, and disobedience leads to Her Majesty's prison. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So you think that it's a joke to evoke disorder in my class? Well, let me tell you, sonny, that I don't put up with farcical behaviour. You can save your jokes and japes for someone else. For I am not a friend, I'm a teacher to the end. So sit up straight with hands on lap, or you will get the strap. Education should not be a cavalcade of revelry. So take all your frivolities and leave them at the door. For when you study sciences, there must be compliances. There can be no reliances on whim, as you can see. For discipline is the key. You boy, what's the chemical symbol for iron?
Aye, ma'am.
No, that's iodine.
Why?
Don't be ridiculous. Why is the chemical symbol for yttrium?
What are you on about?
So you think that it's okay to display your ignorance to me? Your attitude is crude and rude. It's clear for me to see that from your face, a waste of space. You should dismiss nor I'll dispense. I am not a friend, I'm a teacher till the end. So sit up straight, engage your brain, or you will get a cane. Now sing!
Education should not be a cavalcade of revelry. So take all your frivolities and leave them at the door.
But when you study sciences, there must be compliances. There can be no alliances on whim, as you can see. But discipline is the key. Chemicals don't compromise their compounds being cleansed. We scrutinise this structure, measure the pieces, pints and pounds. Don't fool or evil tamper with their authenticity. But logically, and you will be an academic visionary. All together now.
Education should not be a cavalcade of revelry. So take all your frivolities and leave them at the door.
But when you study sciences, there must be compliances. There can be no alliances on whim, as you can see. For discipline, just you keep on listening. Discipline is the key. Class dismissed.
Henry, are you okay?
It's just the odd lamb soon.
Oh dear me, what a wicked finish.
She's a strict one, I'll tell you that.
Too strict. She's hiding something.
Bullied as a child, maybe?
Just ridiculous, Fletcher.
Maybe there's a scheme. Maybe she's in cahoots with a criminal mastermind, planning to steal crown jewels from under Her Majesty's nose.
Good thinking, girls. That's much more plausible. Bullied as a child, indeed. I don't know what they teach you in your village or settlement or whatever it is, Fletch.
Ignorant pompous git with the red.
What was that, Fletcher?
Oh, nothing. How are your lungs?
Hello, God! Please, sit down, class. Oh, I have dropped my propaganda. Now, my name is Mr. Wördsworth, and I'm very happy to be here to teach you all the English. Just going to work out strange characters. This guy fits the bill.
Don't be so ridiculous, Fletcher. He's from the north. That's odd.
Now, I'm happy to be here to teach you all the English, as I am very well speak of it. I was born here in Liverpool back in 1893, and I have lived here all my life. Today, we'll be looking at some commonly misspelled homophones, namely, wer, and wer. So, who can use one of these in a sentence? You boy, give me a sentence that uses wer, not wer or wer, but wer. It's okay, take your time. Wer.
The car veered off the road?
Oh, damn it, no good at all. Sit down. It appears we have a long road ahead of us. The task I have been given is to teach you all you see, to write and speak our native tongue just as well as me. there's wer mistakes I must amend. When I complete my Unterricht, I'm sure you'll comprehend that you must know your ABCs from start to finish, A to Z, use colons and apostrophes and all. Learn how to communicate and punctuate, so when you leave here, each of you is bound to spell extremely well and be grammatically sound. The English language is full of little illogical rules you must learn if you wish to be convincing. The English etymology seems treacherous at least, with Saxons, Vikings and the Normans putting in their piece. And when you add and paraphrase and metaphors absurd, why it's a wonder anyone can speak a single word. But you must know your ABCs from start to finish, A to Z, use colons and apostrophes and all. Learn how to communicate and punctuate, so when you leave here, each of you is bound to spell extremely well and be grammatically sound.
You spell the other languages, sir?
Oh yes, of course I speak Jim.
French? How come I said that?
Bonjour. Now I have read and it's been said, I'm sure you'll all agree. The E must shy behind the I unless it's at the C. But C na C can prove to be a fickle rule of thumb. With feisty form, with vain and fright, we've only just begun to scratch the surface of the fickle English language.
You know, foreign is another example of that, sir.
Yes, well, never mind that. You must know your ABCs from start to finish, A to Z, use colons and apostrophes and all. Learn how to communicate and punctuate, so when you leave here, each of you is bound to always speak dramatically and enthusiastically, never act erratically or non-diplomatically, always be fanatical, ecstatic and emphatic, systematically minded and grammatically sound. Class dismissed!
To eat all your fruits and vegetables. Okay, so what can we do to make sure that we have lots of food? Oh yes, some people have their own allotments and vegetable patches.
My daddy does cats in the garden.
Oh, lovely. And what about you?
My grandmother grows strawberries.
Oh, I love strawberries. And what about you?
My granny grows her squash in the garden.
Oh, they are some lovely examples, children.
Ah, hello, Mrs. Migginson.
Oh, hello, headmistress.
Just thought I'd pop in and see how little prodigies are getting along.
Oh, we're doing very well, aren't we? We're learning all about growing our own food in the garden.
Do you have a garden, Mrs. Foley-Williams?
What a silly question, of course I do. Mr. Foley-Williams always used to grow enormous marrows in the bottom of our garden. What a marvellous man he was.
Oh, lovely. Well, would you like to listen to our song, what we've been learning?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Come on, children, let's do it. Get into your positions.
What's at the bottom of the garden? What's out growing in the ground? Cottonmouth cabbages, don't forget the radishes. Rhubarb beets, raspberries, lots and lots of lovely food, ripe and tasty
I've got a man coming to sell me an hour. I must dash, but lovely to see you, children.
Oh my, what a jolly exciting first day.
Oh, rather. Such an interesting new teacher.
Something very suspicious about them.
That guy's German accent's a bit funny.
What are you talking about, Fletcher? Miss Granger doesn't have a German accent.
Miss Granger, I thought you about good old Wördsworth.
Now, Fletcher!
Don't be so mean, Fletcher. He's just from the north.
That's what they sound like up there. Everyone knows that.
Oh really? So everyone from the north greets their class with a friendly Guten Tag, do they? By gets handy hot.
Good Lord, that's quite enough of that, Fletcher.
There is no need for that kind of language.
What's sobbed a lot of you?
You swine!
My love.
Okay. Yes, no, the child.
Penny, what would Mother say if she knew we were fraternising with such a beastly child?
What indeed? She would beat us and send us to bed without supper, I'm sure of it. Now, about the main topic.
What?
Oh, this ghastly new teacher, of course, Sue.
Yes, exactly. Look, what we need to do is do what we can.
A plan, yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Henry, are you okay?
Not really, now you ask.
What on earth is going on here? We can't have children dying on the premises. As Mr. Foley-Williams always used to say, send the children home before they die.
Sorry, headmistress. It's just that Henry has a shadow on his lung.
Oh, you're the boy with the shadow on his lung. Very good. Carry on. We've seen sightings in the East Wing, you know.
Oh, what she's trying to say.
Basically, don't touch that owl, it's very sensitive. Basically, we've been seeing a lot of really strange things going on. Pamela, please! It looks like our sneaky little pigeon friends have returned. Come on, let's go. What's going on with your breathing, Pamela? Do you have problems?
Now, about this plan. Any of your thoughts?
Well, we could keep an eye on her in class.
Good thinking, Jane.
And we could listen out for anything suspicious around school.
Fantastic idea, Susan.
How about we sneak up in this evening, break into our office and search for clues?
Well, gosh, Arthur. Why don't we just jump the gun and plan a full-scale assault on her house?
But I thought you must be brave and intrepid.
Yes, we are.
Well, if you want to find out if she's up to no good, well, maybe she made a mistake. Left a vital piece of evidence in her writing desk or in her drawers.
I don't like the sound of rifling through her drawers. Not one bit.
We like a little bit more subtle.
I can't breathe.
Oh, really? Now, where were we?
Breaking and entering? I don't like the sound of it. What would Mother say?
Well, Mother never has to know. Oh, Penny, you're so daring.
So we can do it.
Penny, oh, do say we can, Penny. It will be ever so exciting.
Oh, very well, all right. We'll sneak out of bed this evening.
Meet in the common room after lights out.
I still don't like the sound of it.
Oh, come on, Sue. Don't be such a boring Bertie. Where's your sense of adventure?
Oh, this is so exciting. Who knows when we might find in Miss Granger's office?
Rather. Come on, chaps.
The Fearless Five!
Now, come on. I don't want to be late for art class. We're carving ivory today, remember?
I love ivory. Just get my hands
How
up in.
exciting!
What can I get you?
I am looking for the persons. Les Umberg.
Well, you're talking about the smugglers, aren't
Yes, but keep it down.
you? All right, well, that's Les over there.
Vielen Dank.
There's...
Yes, indeed. You must be Wordworth. Pleased to meet you. Excuse me, partner, is just in the closet. Oh, speaking of... Oh, hello, you must be the fellow we're doing the smuggling for.
Yes! I thought you once the whole public house.
Oh, well, most of them know already.
But you have told some of me?
Oh no, client confidentiality is very important to
Right
us.
there on the admission statement, right next to charity work and peddling our wares.
But we're not shy about our work. Oh no.
Oh, it's a proud and noble profession.
But it's against the law.
Oh no, don't do any of that kind of thing. Won't smuggle you anything that's not above board.
Smuggle you in a barrel of whiskey, but that's as far as it goes. And no mail order brides. Tried that before, didn't we, Les?
It didn't end well. Well, he decided he wanted a refund. She would not get back in that suitcase.
Made us a lovely bit of dinner though, didn't she?
Oh, aye, that she did. Curry.
Indian.
Curry.
No, it was Indian.
Curry.
It was Indian. I am shocked.
Never mind that. Can you help me?
I should think so.
We could smuggle anything. You see, smuggling is a very noble art.
In all of man's professions, there are various obsessions that keep a fellow working all the day. A painter, he loves painting. A teacher, educating. A grocer selling fruit to keep the doctor well away.
And as they work, they're earning to keep the world a-turning, working on their own or in a crew. Now I won't thrive upon an office or salon, but there's one thing I really like to do.
Smuggling here. Smuggling there. Smuggling everywhere. Smuggling this. Smuggling that. Smuggle a dog. Smuggle a cat. We smuggle all day and we smuggle all night, from here to Greece to the Isle of Wight. Smuggle a cabbage, a rock or a bear. Smuggling everywhere. Smuggling here, smuggling there, smuggling everywhere. Smuggle a horn, smuggle a flute. Fancy an apple, we'll smuggle a fruit. We smuggle on buses, we smuggle on trains, on ferries and bicycles, even on planes. Smuggle with cunning and smuggle with care. Smuggling everywhere. Now listen. If you're in need of a harpsichord, we'll climb on a ferry and sneak it on board. And if you offer a nice reward, we'll see that we get it to you. If in your glasses you want the best, I'll hide you a Chardonnay right up my vest. And once I've gotten it off my chest, I'm sure that you'll know what to do. Why, you drink it, wouldn't you, Les? I would, Barry. I would. Smuggling here, smuggling there, smuggling everywhere. Smuggle a fish, such as a trout. Smuggle a gin or a bottle of stout. If you need commodities rare or unique, we're smuggling every day of the week. A bicycle, bucket, a box or a chair. Smuggling everywhere. Oh, go on, Barry, show 'em how it's done. Oh, okay. There we go, Barry. That's a sensor.
I like this bit.
Oh, so do I, Barry. So do I.
There's the other. And backwards. Hey, we got this, Les.
Hey!
Hey, that were alright.
Hey, well done, Barry.
Come on, then, all together now.
Smuggling here, smuggling there, smuggling everywhere. Smuggle a slug, smuggle a snail, smuggle an octopus, dolphin or whale. The list of our smuggles is certainly vast, and no will in Paris cannot be surpassed, and no other duo can hope to compare. Smuggling everywhere. So then, how can we help you?
Right.
This must
must be in the strictest of confidence, yes?
Not a problem.
We're very discreet.
Very discreet.
We'll keep this very hush-hush.
Very hush-hush.
Subtle is what we are. Very subtle.
Very subtle.
Right. I have a friend who needs to be rid of some diamonds.
Oh, diamonds! We've not done diamonds before, have we, Barry?
No less diamonds we have not.
So what are you planning to do with these diamonds?
Well, I plan to make my fortune. You see, over here in the UK, they will sell like hot bread rolls, as you say.
Ah, right here. See where you're coming from, my friend.
So where would we pick up this cargo?
There's a man named Ernst Schubert who will meet you in the docks of Calais.
Ah, nice. Classy.
What would be your fee?
With that. Tell you now.
Hard to say, really.
Tell you it's not going to be cheap.
I cannot afford much for the present. I am not a cow to be milked.
All right. Well, it's not going to be an easy job. You see, diamonds, they're a difficult thing. For smuggling out or smuggling in. It takes some skill, a bit of a flair, to smuggle them here and smuggle them there.
But no need to worry, forget all the plans. For Barry and I, the safest of vans. We'll smuggle your jewel with love and with care, smuggling everywhere.
We'll sneak off down to the docks one day, onto a ferry and off to Calais.
And once we're there, we will find a way to bag up your booty and back. Organisers a rendezvous,
dress in a uniform, same as the crew. Then Bob's your uncle sail back to you, and that is our plan of attack.
So the film as yet has it, Barry?
For we go smuggling here, smuggling there, smuggling everywhere. Smuggle a brush, smuggle a broom, smuggle a horse into the room. We did that.
Good boy, Silas.
If it's copper or platinum, silver or gold, we'll smuggle as much as a smuggler can hold. And now she's your mango or prickly pear. Smuggling every.
Smuggling every.
Smuggling every. Smuggling everywhere.
We'll pop out of school later and fix up the details.
But no, you can't come to the store.
It's freezing out here.
Shh! Do you want us to get caught?
Oh, Henry, you're such a baby. Jane, don't be so mean. You'll get him all worked up again.
Oh, wait now, Penny.
Across the grounds. We'll sneak into the main building through the kitchens.
Imagine what Mother would say if she knew what we were doing now.
What indeed? Come on, chaps. Oh, hello there, Jim.
What have you got there, Jim?
Oh, well, you see, I'm just, why don't you come inside, kids? Pam's got some lovely goodies for you.
Oh, thank you, Jim. That's jolly good of you.
Oh, but what about the plan?
Yes, we have sleuthing to do.
We need to keep our energy up. Besides, Pam's baked goods are the best in the business.
Right, come on.
Ginger biscuits, strawberry jam tarts, and chocolate triangles.
I don't know how she makes them so sweet, Jim, what with rationing and all.
Pamela, we have some visitors.
Oh, hello, Kate. I'll put kettle on. Jim, love, did you get the
That's a nasty cough you've got, Jim. Almost as bad as Henry, and here's a shadow on his front.
Yes.
What were you doing out there, anyway?
Oh, well, you see, I was just, Who's this new fella you've got with you, anyway?
Oh, Jim, this is our new recruit, Arthur.
Very nice to meet you, Arthur.
Thank you, sir.
We're on the trail of a villain, Jim.
Are you now? And who might that be?
Well, we have our suspicions about the new teacher.
Something not quite right with them.
Well, Mr. Wördsworth is a bit odd, I'll give you that, but I don't think he's a wrong one.
Oh, Jim, don't be such a silly goose.
Yes, Mr. Wordsworth seems like a lovely man.
Rather. No, we're on the trail of that dastardly Miss Granger. She seems the type to partake in evil doings.
Borrowing stationery without asking. Walking on the grass. such like that.
Oh, bloody hell. Have you got any proof of this?
Well, that's what we're going to search for right now, isn't it?
She's a wrong one.
Well, look, she may seem like a wrong un right now, but I'm sure it'll all be alright. I mean, she's just a bit strict. Everyone's got their own way of teaching. Pamela, how's that tea coming along, love?
Here we go, tea and plenty of fruit. You.
Must have been a baking, have we, Pamela? I suppose must have had some rations left over.
Oh, this is enough to feed a small army.
Well, you can always take some for your friends. I mean,
Oh,
there's
now
plenty
just hold on
now.
a minute, love. I mean, we can't.
Oh, what a marvellous idea.
Indeed, I know what we should do, chaps. We should take all this back to the common room and have a jolly good midnight feast.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
But what about Miss Granger?
Arthur. It's our first night away from home. This is no time for sleuthing. This is the time to celebrate. Now come on, let's take this horde back to the dining room and have a feast.
Three up and five across.
No, you've been hitting the wrong one.
You told me it was that one.
4 up, 2 across. Just go for the one I'm going. That one. I've been out of stones. Oh, no, you're right, actually.
No, what are you doing?
Trying to wake you up, of course.
Yeah, the stones didn't work, lazy bird.
No! What the hell are you doing, my window?
What the devil is going on down there?
You just broke your window.
Oh, Mr. Wördsworth, is someone down there with you?
What? Me? No, I'm just practicing a different voice. Hokkaido, Vodka now, penny for shoe shine.
Handy hard.
Silence!
Oh, very good. We'll keep practicing. That last one was very good.
Thank you, Fraulein, headmistress.
Yeah.
You idiots, are you trying to get me arrested?
Yes.
No, Barry, that's unprofessional. Sorry about him.
Look, what are you doing here?
Ah, well, everything is set, is it not, Les?
And it is, Barry, that it is. Got ourselves booked onto the ferry. Pseudonyms and all, as not to attract too much attention.
Ah, very slippery of you.
We shall be travelling as a Mr. and Mrs. Eli Rothschild.
Travelling to Amsterdam with our recently born son, Quentin.
With your son.
And indeed, what do you think the melon was for?
You've got nothing to worry about, Wordsy. We're masters of disguise and surprisingly good character actors despite no formal training.
Mrs. Eli Rothschild has a slight limp on her left leg due to an incident with a Blackpool donkey back in 1904. Do you want to see a demo?
Oh, my important girlfriend, Barry. Hey, you're gonna love this. Used to be the village pantomime every Christmas. This is Quentin, obviously. Look at that limp. Makes you feel sorry for the donkey, doesn't it? What did he do to the donkey?
No, please, I believe you. I just come here. Come on! You cannot be on school property like this. If you must come to visit me, you need to wear a disguise. Blend in with your surroundings.
Not to worry, Wordsy. We are, after all, professional.
Professional we are, Les. Professional we are. Like doctors.
Well, I don't know about... Well, no, I suppose you're right, Barry.
Aren't I always?
No, Barry. No, you are not.
Look, will you please just get out of here?
All right, keep your hair on.
I am not a Herr. I'm a Mister. A very British, very Liverpoolian Mister. Now will you please get out of here?
Not to worry, we'll be gone before you know it. We'll disappear into the night like a duck.
Not like a duck.
Like a sneaky duck.
Ooh, okay. Like a sneaky duck. To half an hour, Wordsy, we shall disappear.
Quack, 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 quack.
Quack, quack.
Had some visitors, have we?
What? Me? No, what are you saying? You have neither a hand nor a foot.
Sorry, talking to two strange men. What's going on?
Those people? No, I do not know them. They were strangers, lost, hiking up the wrong tree. Yes.
Got my eyes on you, Wördsworth. Might cut me words. Any more funny business and there will be trouble.
Have a lovely evening. No.
Everybody's going to be so excited.
What's going on here then, chaps?
We've been down to the gatehouse and brought back a mountain of treats, and it's for everyone to share.
What's going on?
I'll tell you what's going on. We're having a feast.
Good news, look where we've been. The tastiest morsels you ever have seen. Succulent fruitcake with icing so thick. We brought enough to make anyone sick.
Come, see our buffet. Every conceivable treat on display.
We've sugar and shortbread and sherbets to share.
Don't worry, there's plenty to spare. So get out of bed and we'll lay on a spread full of jellies and jams by the jar. No need to be hasty, there's plenty of pastry, the tastiest tidbits by far. There's toffee and fudge, ever so much, enough for 100 at least. So throw on your gown and we'll settle on down to a jolly old dormitory feast. A jolly old dormitory feast.
We've brought all that we can. Strawberry cheesecake and lemon meringue.
So many sweets that you can't help but smile.
Pass me a pastry to add to the pile.
Food, it never ends. We brought enough to feed all of our friends.
We chocolate cookies to last us all year.
And lashings of sweet ginger beer.
So get out of bed and we'll lay on a spread full of jellies and jams by the jar. No need to be hasty, there's plenty of pastry, the tastiest tidbits by far. There's toffee and fudge, ever so much, enough for 100 at least. So throw on your gown and we'll settle on down to a jolly old dormitory feast. A jolly old dormitory feast.
There's something not right in the school tonight. It's my plight to enlight this fracas. That new English shooter is up to no good and his actions quite frankly bizarre. I don't mean to question this fellow's intention, but there have been strangers about. They're shouting and swearing, so something's occurring and I'm going to figure it out.
Tickets and passports and visas and all sorts of extras to sell our charade. We're fooling the nation, so slap on foundation to help us create our facade.
Deception we're selling, let's dress up that melon.
And stuff in your bust is a must. There's no time for failing, tomorrow we're sailing to bring back the diamonds I trust.
Once I get my hands on that money, I'll be going somewhere sunny with a first-class ticket on the way. Leave behind all the dramas, I move straight to the Bahamas where I lounge by the pool all day. My days of joy never ending, all the cash that I'll be spending, I'll be happy as I can be. Just as long as those idiots bring back my prize for me.
So get out of bed and we'll lay on a spread full of jellies and jams by the jar. No need to be hasty, there's plenty of pastry, the tastiest tidbits by far. There's toffee and fudge, ever so much, enough for 100 at least. So throw on a gown and we'll settle on down to a jolly old dormitory feast.
finished and kicked him off a cliff. And let me tell you, that bear never bothered me again.
Fascinating story, Durnbridge. Tell me, do you ski often? What's going on? Sorry, you'll have to excuse me. Looks like we've got a little problem to deal with. Can I help you?
Guten Tag, mein Herr. My name is Thomas, and this is my associate, Barry. Ski. Indeed. We are on the lookout for a teacher.
Which one?
We have never been here before, so we don't know.
We know not.
Indeed.
Andy Hawk!
No, Barry.
Sorry to interrupt your fun, gentlemen, but would you kindly tell me what you're doing on school grounds? This is private property.
Well, we were hiking and we got lost. But English teachers often have a map.
We're not doing that one, Barry. It doesn't make sense. We are on the lookout for an English teacher.
Yes, we're looking for English lessons.
So if we could speak to the English teacher.
Sorry, but I'm going to have to escort you off the premises.
Well, if Mr. Wördsworth were to come out, I'm sure he can sort it all out.
Thought you'd never been here before, huh?
No, never.
Don't know the place. Some kind of school, is it?
It's definitely architecture.
And how do you know the English teacher's name?
It's a very common name.
Hello, everybody.
These two men are looking for you, Webster. What's going on?
A fair say indeed. How lovely. Don't you worry, I'll take it from here.
Look, I demand an explanation.
Guten Tag, we are here for our English lessons.
Simple. See? Nothing funny about that. I am, after all, an English teacher. Thank you, Miss Granger.
I heard we'll hear about this, Wördsworth. Mark my words.
Auf Wiedersehen! Tschüss!
What the hell are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thanks. Yourself?
No, this. What is this?
Well, you told us to come in disguise, so we popped down to the local fancy dress, and we're going to be delivering men where we married.
That's right, delivering the children's milk.
But when we got there, these were on display, and we really liked them.
Well, they were smashing.
So we changed our backstory to match, and here we are. Went a treat.
It's not exactly suitable.
No. Our middle name is Subtle. We're very subtle.
Look! What are you doing here? What do you want?
Well, everything's set for tonight, and we're just about to set off, so we wanted to organise a rendezvous for later.
You know the old switcheroo?
Yeah, when we pass on the
diamonds, you know.
when we pass them on to you.
Right, well, I was thinking...
We're on about the diamonds.
Yes, I know, please. Now, I was thinking that we meet at the public house tonight at 9 o'clock, yes?
Sounds like a sensible plan to me.
Okay, super. Now, will you please leave? I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Very well, as you wish.
Oh, do you want anything bringing back?
Yes, I want
Yes, I know about the diamonds. I just mean, you know, like a stripy jumper or a baguette or a fancy fridge magnet.
No, please. I just want...
Just the diamonds, okay. Hey, we can buy a bra and shove it down there.
Hey, we'll get you a blue lacy one.
Bye-bye, Andy Hawk.
Oh dear. It's better be worth it in the end.
Trigonometry. All you need to remember is that tangent equals opposite over adjacent. Cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse, and sine, of course, equals opposite over hypotenuse. Do we all understand?
No.
Oh, have we got any questions?
What's hypotenuse, Mrs. Williamson?
Hypotenuse is the longest side of the triangle. Come along, children. We covered all this last term.
It's too difficult, Mrs. Williamson. We can't remember it all.
Oh, well, maybe a little song will help. In life you often have to find the length of a triangle side or calculate the angles at its tips. There is a sort of formulae which can be used by you and me, and it's of these you need to get to grips. Now there are certain attributes
attributes like angles and hypotenuse. You need to find the values that we miss. And now we use a simple phrase to keep our formula in place. A phrase that we'll remember with a story such as this.
Cheese. Seems like a while since I had a good bit of cheese and biscuits, doesn't it, Pamela?
Well, I mean, we could always pick up some for supper and make a change from all this shortbread.
Shortbread? We don't have any shortbread. I mean, you need sugar and butter for shortbread, wouldn't you? Is it getting hot in here? Whose go is it?
I believe that would be me. I've got the word all ready to go. G-E-R-M-E-A. German.
Oh, what? What? No, there's no German anywhere here.
Calm down, Mr. Wördsworth. It was just a joke. Poor fellow must still be jittery from the war.
Tell us, who'd you come to be in the war?
Well, I enlisted, of course, to help with the war effort.
Of course, where'd you recruit? I'm over Liverpool a little bit. Where are the recruitment offices again?
Well, they were in the library pool. Oh look, it is my turn. K-O-P-F, Kopf.
I've never heard of that. Pamela, consult the Scrabble dictionary.
Doesn't sound like an English word to me.
Oh, no, silly me. Oh, I'm not thinking with my head. It is a French word. Definitely not a German word. No, it is a French word.
What's it mean?
Well, it means... Beret! Never mind that, so. All is forgotten, yes? All is forgotten. Now let me try again.
Good morning, stop! Now then,
See you, mistress!
if I have to tell you one more time, and so help me God.
Sorry.
Good. Now then, Miss Granger, I hear there was a little debacle last night at the dormitories.
Yes, headmistress. The pupils were found out of their rooms indulging in a midnight feast consisting of an enormous amount of baked goods.
Oh, dearie me. And how are we dealing with this issue?
Certain go out cleaning the dormitories and confiscating the offending confection.
Good work, Miss Granger.
If you please, headmistress, I'd like to suggest that what the children need is a rigorous amount of physical education.
Yes, well, that's your answer to everything, isn't it, Miss Durnbridge? But please, go ahead. Perhaps it will help them let off some steam. Now, was anyone else up late last night to witness these strange goings-on? You?
Well, I saw Wördsworth talking to two strange men.
Oh.
What? They were not strange men. They were not even there. They were old friends back from the Liverpool.
Oh, Lily, how do you know him?
Well, we were school friends back when I was but a kidderling.
Oh, I don't know an awful lot about Liverpool, I have to say. I've never been to the north. I've heard it's an awful place.
Surely your home isn't an awful place, Mr. Wordsworth?
Oh, no, it is lovely.
Go on, tell us about your past.
No, it is very boring. There's just the Liver building and a factory that it makes hats.
Oh, go on, Mr. Wordsworth, for me.
You really are from Liverpool, that is.
Well, of course I am. What are you suggesting? Well, look, okay. I was born in '93 to a humble family. Father sold pork pies upon the docks to the sailors. Mother used to own a cow. Of course, she doesn't own it now. Had to sell it on to buy some socks.
Go on. Yes, do continue.
If you insist. My hometown was full of joy. Every girl and every boy playing in the meadows and the lanes.
Meadows? In Liverpool?
Well, yes, they were very small. One had to know where to look. But though I may well roam, there's only one place I call my home. And I'll be going back there soon, no matter what it takes. Oh, every day is so happy and gay, and the sky is a beautiful blue. I love the way I feel every day in Liverpool. The birds in the trees are all smiling at me. I'm a carelessly merry old fool. I'm tops, as you say, as I frolic and play in Liverpool. And everyone is so jolly. As out in the meadows we troll. The days never lag as we shout Guten Tag. Feeling so good and alles toll. Every time I am saying goodbye, I am saying with the heaviest heart. I love the town of my birth more than anywhere else on this earth. And I know that my mother and father are there in Liverpool. Yeah!
Why don't you tell us some more?
Why, I can't think, I'm so happy I want to dance. Everybody. I love every tree, every creature. The eagles which fliegen so high. I always feel mellow, it's the red, black and yellow. Oh, the sunset in the sky. Only the strong survive. Every time I am saying goodbye, I am saying with the heaviest heart. I love the town of my birth more than I ever else on this earth. And I know that my mother and father are there in Liverpool. I'd swim through the oceans or ride on a mule just to be back in Liverpool. Oh, Liverpool, my home, sweet home. God save Liverpool.
Very passionate display, Mr. Wördsworth. I'm very impressed. Perhaps you could pop to my office later and tell me more.
No. I do believe I have said all there is to say about the Liverpool. It is really a very boring place.
Cheering me up, funny! I'll be waiting up for you, Mr. Wördsworth.
Oh dear.
Thanks a lot. Miss Durnbridge's physical education lessons are notoriously wicked. Shut up, Charlotte!
Don't worry, chaps, I'm sure they'll get over it. I mean, it was a nice idea you had, and a cracker big pile of food you managed to get your hands on. How on earth did you get it all anyway?
That is classified information, Fletcher.
Not this rubbish again. How are your investigations going? Because so far it seems like Miss Granger's been catching you in the act, rather than vice versa.
That beastly woman.
Don't you worry, Fletcher. We've got an eye on her.
You can't see the wood for the trees, can you? It's Mr. Wordsworth who's up to no good, and I bet money on that too.
He's got a point. Mr. Wordsworth has been acting very strangely.
Whose side are you on, Arthur? For all we know, Fletcher might be an enemy agent sent him throws off the scent.
All I'm trying to do is help. I mean, face it, your track record so far is a little underwhelming.
Oh, Teddy's being ever so mean.
Just tell the truth, fellas.
Good morning, class.
Good
Morning, Miss Durnbridge.
Yes, it is a good morning. An excellent morning to partake in a little exercise. Now, you've been stepping out of the ranks for far too long, and this kind of dissension to the ranks is what is bringing this country to our knees. So what I suggest is a little physical education to teach you some self-control and discipline. After all, that's what made this country great, and a little hard work never hurt anybody. What? In nature there's a rule to say who will survive. The strongest and the fittest are the animals who thrive. The same applies to human beings, that means you and me. And physical education is the key. A world of weighty problems can be conquered in a flash. With jumping jacks and clumble horse and maybe just a dash of rugby and a rounders, for it is my decree that physical education is the key. We all will see, that is the key. The most important lesson is PE. When you come to manual station for the safety of the nation, then physical education is the key. Come on, keep up! If your head is pounding, then a jog is all you need. A push-up can provide you with passion to succeed. A body that is healthy is as happy as can be, and physical education is the key. Ascending on a mountain won't be stamina, not stress. The same applies ascending on the ladder to success. So be the best and grab success, and listen well to me, for physical education is the key. We all will see. You all will see. That is the key. It is the key. The most important lesson is PE. When you come to manual station for the safety of the nation, Alto screaming out, "My kingdom for a horse!" With minimal cross-country, he'd have managed to run free. And physical education is the key. Our boys out in the trenches would have struggled, I am sure, if tennis hadn't trained them for the treachery in sport. Tenacity and teamwork led to Britain's victory, and physical education is the key.
We'll see. That is the key.
It is the key.
The most important lesson is PE. When you come to Manor Station for the safety of the nation, physical education is the key.
Physical education is the
Physical education is the key.
And furthermore, there are plenty of other Avery retailers who are willing to sell me their birds of prey at a very reasonable cost. So perhaps there's something we can negotiate further. Kind regards, Mrs. Foley-Williams, BSc, PhD, OBE. Right, did you get all that, Pamela?
Just about, yeah.
Excellent. I'll get that typed up and sent to the RSPB by this afternoon.
Very good.
Excellent. Woo. Right, you know, these baked goods are truly divine. Pamela, are you sure you won't join me for one?
Go on then, if you insist.
Yeah. As Mr. Foley-Williams always used to say, the greatest way to start a day is with a freshly baked parfait. Now then, on to our next little issue. We seem to be going through an awful lot of sugar at the moment. Sarah down the kitchen says sackfuls just keep going missing. Any thoughts, Pam?
Well, you see, I wouldn't like to say, being our gym, we have no problems with sugar. It just brings it to
All right.
Oh, there's probably a perfectly reasonable explanation, Headmistress. Could be those pigeons.
You could be right. Sneaky pigeons. Oh, enter.
Pam, Jim, Headmistress, could I have a word?
Yeah, of course you could, Miss Granger. Pam and Jim were just leaving. Do come in. I'll get that typed up. Do sit down. Bye. How may I help you?
I'd like to talk to you about Wördsworth.
Ah, Mr. Wördsworth. He's a wonderful man, isn't he?
That's debatable. See, I have a fair few concerns.
Nonsense, Miss Granger. I pride myself on being an excellent judge of character. My choice of staff is always exemplary.
What about the teachers from last year? Mr. Fergus?
Ah, Mr. Fergus was lovely, just adorable. He got me this pencil case, don't you know? Along with a couple of dead birds. Rather odd, but well-meaning, I'm sure.
What was wrong with him?
There was nothing wrong with him, Miss Granger. I mean, he was a cat. Wasn't his fault.
Oh, yes, but I have to say... A cat?
No, he was a wonderful teacher. The children just adored him.
Teaching chemistry.
Yes, well, we didn't realise at the time. It was a huge mistake. The Board of Trustees nearly closed us down. After a long day, he'd often come and curl up at the end of my desk and sit purring his tail, gently swaying. I guess that should have been a sign. But no need to go concerning yourself with this Mr. Wördsworth nonsense. I've checked, and he's definitely not a cat. No whiskers, you see. No, Fritz is a wonderful, beautiful, charming man.
Fritz?
Yes, his first name. Fritz Wördsworth.
For crying out loud.
I will not hear a bad word said about him, Miss Granger, and that's final.
This is ridiculous!
There's something about that guy.
Yes, there is.
Mysterious as lurks a spy. His accent sounds wrong, but he's silent and strong. I can't let him pass me by.
Just listen for a second.
My head is all over the place. I'm certainly on his case.
Me too.
His charm is disarming, and though it's alarming, I can't keep my eyes off his face. His voice when he speaks leaves me weak at the knees. Avoiding his gaze would be smart. And though he's a teacher, his name is a feature on the chalkboard of my heart. Perhaps he can tell that I'm under his spell. There isn't a thing I can do. My heart is in bits, so frets. This tango is for you. His name will be stuck in the page of my little black book, and my heart skips a beat when I register him on the street. I'll never regret. I knew from the moment we met that he'll fill the role Mr. Fergus once stole as my new teacher's pet. I'm feeling elation. This infatuation could grow to a love that is true. My heart is in bits, so for it, this tango is vile.
Now look, Headmistress, it's clear you have an invested interest in this man, but there's not altering that meets the eye. I don't like to cause a change, but something is very strange. He's speaking in riddles, I'm stuck in the middle. The man is quite clearly deranged, creeping around at night, sneaking in out of sight. You've misunderstood that he's up to no good, and something is not quite right.
Nonsense, his voice when he speaks leaves me weak at the knees.
You got to
Avoiding
can't you
his
see
gaze would be
something
smart.
is here?
And though he's a teacher, his name is a feature on the chalkboard of my heart. Perhaps he can tell that I'm under his spell.
Can you see this second deal as unquestionable ropes?
My heart
He's in deep
so brings this tango is fire. Stand back, Miss Granger. I'll show you how it's done. I'm there in his palm. He has passion, charisma, and charm. And above everything, Mrs. Wördsworth has got a certain ring. I'm feeling elation. This infatuation could grow to a love that is true. My heart is in bits, so for it, this tango is vile. My heart is in bits, so for it, this tango is vile.
Sit down, please. Now, today we'll be moving on to the next topic in my scheme of work, which is the subordinate classes. Well, maybe we'll save that one for next week and move on to a subjunctive mood, yes? No, well, how about polysyllabic lexus? Huh? No, well, history lesson, yes. Let's have a history lesson from the topic of empires, yeah. That's a very interesting topic. Now, who can tell me what an empire is? You go.
An empire is a group of countries or states owned by a single governing body.
Oh yes, this is true, yes.
And also, when a country tries to conquer and occupy another.
Like the Warland, sir.
What? No, not at all like that. Do not mention the war. Now, let us begin by talking about the Romans. Okay, so back in 27 BC. Well, hello, Miss Granger.
Can I have a word?
Certainly. Lovely bed we're having.
You might have the headphones, but I can see right through you, Wördsworth. Something's happening tonight. Whatever it is, you're not going to get away with it, understand?
Yes, nothing is happening.
Watch your back.
A choose. Oh, dear me. I need to get out of here. Okay, well done, class. Everyone is dismissed. I must be going. No, do not try to help me. I must leave. Oh dear.
Mr. Wordworth did seem an awful tizzy. I wonder what on earth has gotten into him.
Yes, he has been acting rather strangely recently. I wonder if what Fletcher's been saying, what if it's truthful?
Well, there's always a chance, but I really think it's...
Let's do something about it.
I don't know about that.
Look, he said he'd get to town later on. We can sneak up and see what he's up to.
Yes, what a thrilling idea. We can.
Imagine the amount of trouble we would get into.
And what would Mother say?
Yes, what indeed? I think we've broken enough rules for one day.
Oh, Penny, just for once, forget all that. Oh, there's always some reason, always an excuse. Chaps, this is our chance to make a difference. Why don't you just set your words aside just once? And let's live up to our name, the Fearless Five. For once, let's try to solve a crime. For once, let's try to follow through. But while I sing, this mystery's unraveling. It's up to you. You know what to do, so let's put our courage to the test. Let's venture into the unknown. We'll march into danger and we'll catch that villain Granger. And fearlessly forth we'll sail. Together we can't fail.
Arthur's right. We never follow things through, but this is our chance to be heroes. For once, let's try to work it out. For once, let's see what we can do. For once, let's try eliminate the bad guy, and we're not going to stop till we're through.
For once, we'll fight to right this wrong.
We'll show the world what we can do.
We'll find who's to blame and we'll be worthy of our name. And fearlessly forth we'll sail. Together we can't fail.
Come on, chaps, there's no time to lose. Who knows what could be at stake? Who's up for the challenge?
I'll stand by your side with valor and pride,
And I'll lead us forth to the fight.
I'll gather the clues.
There's no time to lose.
For nothing's impossible if we unite.
I'll grab my cap, a torch and a map.
And I'll try not to be so scared.
We'll sneak, spy and scurry to victory, have no worry. We are prepared.
And for once, let's try to work it out.
Let's try to work it out.
Let's see what we can do.
Let's see what we can do.
Once, let's try eliminate the bad guy, and we're not going to stop till we're through. For once, let's fight to right this wrong.
We'll show the world what we can do.
We'll find who's to blame and we'll be worthy of our name. And fearlessly forth we'll
Oh, well, they asked us to move the sugar.
Who did?
The men did.
What men?
The kitchen men. The men in the kitchen did.
Oh, I don't know, it's not bloody making sense to me either.
Look, have you seen Wördsworth?
Yes, he said he was heading off down the, what did they say, Pam?
The village.
Speak up, love.
The village.
Yeah, the village. He's an old fellow, isn't he?
See that? Right, better get going. Put that sugar back. Deal with you two later.
That was a close one, Pam. I don't know how long we can keep getting away with this for.
Whenever I feel blue, I simply think of you. You can always cheer me when I'm down. The skies may turn to grey, the rain may pour dear, but when I come back home to you, I'll never wear a frown. You can pack me up,
Pam, sit down.
brighten up my day.
Pamela.
And though I may be miserable whenever you're away, we've a lift so tight that each and every night my lovely husband Jim will go out on a limb to sweep you off your sack barrel and carry you away. So why not steal a little sweetness in your life? Grab a little gram or two.
What are you dancing
Borrow a bag of sweetener. It helps to make life sweeter. Pilfer a pound of heaven. Loot a little rum tonight. And away we'll sashay with a sachet of sugar, and everything will taste just right. Not now, Jim, love, now's not the time.
Oh, for God's sake, where did you get those feathers from?
I love to have it on. My carpets are pleasant, and 3 scoops in me brew I'll never stop. Me pain au chocolat loses its je ne sais quoi without a little sprinkle on the top. For luncheon on the whole, a lovely sausage roll. The bakewell tart is always nice, followed by vanilla slice. Afternoon, let's see, an afternoon cream tea. And thanks to my activity, the jam is sweet and jammy. So get a little sweetness in your life. Grab a little gram or two. Borrow a bag of sweetener. It helps to make life sweeter. Pick up a pound of heaven. Loot a little lump tonight. And away we'll sashay with a sachet of sugar, and everything will taste just right. Now come on, Jim, love, you know you want to join
I'll
in.
give it a go, I'll give it a go.
Do you want a feather?
Oh.
So why not steal a little sweetness in your life? Grab a little gram or two. Borrow a bag of sweetener. It helps to make life sweeter. Pick up a pound of heaven. Loot a little lump tonight. And away we'll sashay with a sachet of sugar, and everything will taste just right. Everything will taste just right. Everything will taste just right. Come on, Jim, love.
Is one of the prime concerns here at Huntley Hall, and no one will ever hear about your son's chronic dandruff, is what I said to them. Then in the first assembly, I announced it all. Jolly good fun! Another sherry, if you please, Charlie. Oh, you're charming.
Headmistress, what are you doing here?
Oh, just having a after work if you'd care to join me.
I can't, I'm after Wördsworth.
Aren't we all?
Oi! No miners in the bar?
Ah, no worries. You go over. Here you are, Mrs. F. Is that melon you wanted?
Very good, thank you, boy.
Who's two?
They're just the local smugglers.
Local smugglers.
You know, smuggling here, smuggling there.
Wednesday, are you in here, Mr. Wordworth? We've got your things. You know, the diamond.
Hello! Here's Mr. Wördsworth!
They've been looking for you. What's going on?
Oh, well, I'm just here to visit my family. This is my sister.
Well, people often mistake me for a sister, but I'm a bit older than I look.
Tell me, Mrs. Wördsworth, have you come far?
Well, they came all the way down from
Birmingham!
Yes.
Birmingham. Really?
Well, yes, my parents moved to Birmingham when I was but a child from their hometown.
Dusseldorf!
Look, I don't buy any of this for a second. Your baby was a melon, and you're clearly a man. In drag.
Where did she go?
I've just been informed that these two are professional smugglers. Now, what is going on, Webster?
She's a villain!
How many times no miners in the bar?
Ha! Dare you, I'm certainly not a miner. My father works for the government.
But look, what are you doing here?
Oh, we're here to uncover a mystery.
Yes, she is a smuggler.
Not a smuggler.
Then what are you doing here then? You have been going around asking a lot of sneaky questions. Perhaps you're the one with something to hide. I'm calling the police. Charlie, bring me the chap alone.
I'm not really a teacher. I've been working undercover for Scotland Yard to uncover a smuggling plot. I think I've just about got this case wrapped up.
You can't prove anything! Where is your evidence?
I think I can help you with that, but... Never mind that.
For the last time, no miners in the... Oh, Fletcher's you.
Evening, Squire. Now then, the evidence is in down... It's top. I heard them talking to Wordsworth earlier.
Right.
Oh, Mr. Officer, protect my dignity!
Oh, Mr. Wördsworth, could you, if that really is your name, Fritz Winkle, confidence tricks the one can insult countries fought from.
Look, all can be explained, yeah? All the time!
We need a plan.
We need to set a trap for him.
How so?
Just listen. Grab this and hide over there.
Oh, what a brilliant idea, Fletcher. You're so clever. Yes, well, I was just about to
Oh,
suggest
there's no time for arguing. Let's hide. We give the peppers a rest.
Well done, kids. Now where do those smugglers go?
They'll be long gone by now, Miss Granger. They're professionals, very subtle. What's your name with them anyway?
catch them.
For smuggling.
Yes, Mrs. Foley-Williams, for smuggling is highly illegal.
No, it's not. They only do like a barrel of whiskey or something. What's the harm in that?
Well, I don't have time for this. We've got to catch them.
Oh, time!
Right, where's that sheriff they promised Smith, Charlie?
Well, Fletcher, you were right all along. And I think I owe you an apology. You proved yourself today to be a jolly valuable member of our team. Therefore, I would like to invite you to become an official member of our little band. Join with our gang, follow your dream. Together we can be an unstoppable team.
The stories will tell when we arrive. The legend of the Fearless Six.
And maybe that's something we could work on.
The legend of the Fearless Six.
Come on, chaps!
We got away with that one, Barry. That we did, lads. That we did. Oh.
Has been an eventful first week back at Huntley Hall. As Mr. Foley-Williams always used to say, it never rains during summer. Which is a very good thing, as having all of this to contend with without getting wet. So good. Now then, I'm sure you're all very well aware the lovely Mr. Wördsworth had to leave the school so he can move to prison. Very good. But it would never have been caught if it hadn't been for these 6 brave young students. The 6 budding detectives who caught the crook and brought him to justice. Well done. The school holds in reverence those who raise the alarm and keep this institution safe from those who mean it harm. And so to you, 6 young students who helped to save the day, I shall impose a phrase that my late husband used to say. Thank you for saving the day. Thank you, though it seems cliché. Thanks to your actions, heroic and brave, Huntley Hall is happy again. Penny, Susan, Henry and Jane, Arthur, Fletcher, you put us to shame. You fired that felon and they locked him away. So thank you for saving the day.
And Mrs. For me?
Of course.
On behalf of Scotland Yard, we hold you in our high regard. You helped us to unmask our mystery man. Thanks to all the help you bring, there'll be far less smuggling. So I'd like to say this if I can.
Thank you for saving the day. Thank you, though it seems cliché. Thanks to your actions, heroic and brave, Huntley Hall is happy again. Penny, Susan, Henry and Jane, Arthur, Fletcher, you put us to shame. You foiled that felon and they locked him away. So thank you for saving the day.
You learn to use your gathered clues and know how to react. You snuck out of the school grounds and caught him in the act. The deed is done and now we've won. I'm sounding the